On startup, the FL-9000 will display Flexi and the model number followed by the software version number and then the default temperature settings. The FL-9000 control panel consists of a mode button, a setting button, alarm indicators, and a mute button. The mode button is used to select between invasive and non-invasive mode. The FL-9000 defaults to invasive mode when the power is turned on. To switch to non-invasive mode, hold the setting button for 3 seconds, release, and press the mode button once more. The mode selected will be indicated by the green light next to the diagram. The humidifier automatically defaults to heated wire mode when a heated wire circuit is attached or reattached and the power is on. It is not possible to switch to non-heated wire mode when the heated wire adapter lead is connected. To switch to non-heated wire mode, ensure the heated wire cables are disconnected from the humidifier. Then, turn on the power and press and hold the mode button for 3 seconds. An audible double beep will be heard and non-heated wire will appear on screen. The setting button allows the user to change between invasive and non-invasive modes. It also allows the user to scroll through the current airway, chamber, and heater plate temperature readings as appropriate. Press and hold the setting button for 3 seconds and then release after the beep. This unlocks the display, and repeatedly pressing the setting button again will scroll through the temperature reading. If the setting button is not pressed for 5 seconds, the display will revert to the default, which is the lower of the chamber or airway readings. The user can also lock the display on one of the temperature readings. This is achieved by holding the setting button for 3 seconds, scrolling through the temperature readings, and then holding the setting button for 3 seconds to lock on to the displayed parameter. Alarms. Temperature sensor. A red warning light will flash and an alarm will sound if the airway temperature probe is not connected, loose, or faulty. Inspiratory limb. A red warning light will flash and an alarm sound if the inspiratory heated wire is not connected, loose, or faulty. Expiratory limb. A red warning light will flash and an alarm sound if the expiratory heated wire is not connected, loose, or faulty. Chamber temperature high. In heated wire mode, an alarm will sound if the chamber temperature exceeds 41 degrees Celsius. In non-heated wire mode, a yellow warning light will flash if the chamber temperature exceeds 66 degrees Celsius. Chamber temperature low. In heated wire mode, an alarm will sound if the chamber temperature remains below 26 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. In non-heated wire mode, a warning light will flash and an alarm sound if the chamber temperature remains below 26 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. Patient end temperature high. In heated wire mode, an alarm will sound if the airway temperature exceeds 42 degrees Celsius or 41 degrees Celsius if manually set. In non-heated wire mode, an alarm and flashing red warning light shows the airway temperature has exceeded 41 degrees Celsius. Patient end temperature low. In heated wire mode, an alarm will sound and red warning light will flash if the airway temperature remains at or below 29.5 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes, or 34.5 degrees Celsius for 60 minutes. Please note that the red warning light will flash if the airway temperature remains below 34.5 degrees Celsius for 25 seconds after warming up. In non-heated wire mode, an alarm and flashing red warning light shows the airway temperature has remained at or below 29.5 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes in invasive mode, or has remained at or below 26 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes in non-invasive mode. See manual. An illuminated red light indicates a serious fault, and the unit should be immediately disconnected and replaced. The mute button. Pressing the mute button will silence all audible alarms for 2 minutes. Any warning light will continue to flash until the cause of the alarm is rectified. After 2 minutes, the audible alarm will sound again to remind the user that the cause has not been rectified.